Hello and welcome back to Warrior Moms. I am Michelle.
And I'm Amy, and we are so glad that y'all are back with us.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Gosh, 2024.
Yeah. You know, and I know a lot of people think that it's hard to come into a new year, leaving one behind, because then that's one more year without our children.
Yes.
One more, monumental moment, I guess.
Yeah. It's one more thing you have to face without your child.
Yes.
Right?
Another
And the
year.
distance gets further between when you have those recent photographs. That's the hard thing for me. Like everybody's posting their Christmas things.
Yeah.
And, we don't have any new ones to add.
No, but I think you nailed it too. We're just that much further away from the last time we saw them.
Yeah.
But we are one moment closer to the next time we see them as well.
I know
a lot of people look at it like that, but
that's hard.
I have a hard time with that one.
Yeah.
I see it more as one day away, further away.
Yeah, that's what it currently feels,
that's
for
what it
sure.
feels like for me.
Yeah. But like both of us, like all of our warrior moms, we really, I guess, pride ourselves, I guess we would say, on really trying to find the joy. And you walking into the house today was like, yay! I haven't
seen you since last year.
We kind of got buried in the holidays and, all of the things. So we wanted to get back at it today and talk to each other.
All right, Michelle, I'm going to stop you right there.
Oh, no.
Don't you love these surprise podcasts?
Yes.
These surprise questions?
We have one plan and then we have another.
We divert, but you said something very important.
Okay.
That we were deep in the holidays.
Oh.
What does that mean for you?
Yeah. It's funny. It's an immediate choke in my throat. Because it's such a precious time. I mean, I know you're the same way. I love the holidays.
I love the decorations. I love
yes.
the joy. I love the spirit.
The music.
I love gift giving. I love giving gifts.
Absolutely. Seeing, family and friends we haven't seen for a while.
And eating. We eat really good.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, it's just, wow, we have to
missing.
There's always somebody missing. And, it's even, for me, it takes so much more energy in the holidays. I mean, the holidays already exhaust all of us, right?
Yes.
Just because we're busier and we have more things on our to-do list.
Yes.
But that grief, how it just steals away your energy.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
We were missing from our podcast for about 3 weeks, maybe.
Yes.
And it was more so, and even after Thanksgiving. And it was more so because you and I couldn't get together mentally,
right,
physically, and emotionally. We were both having bad days.
I mean,
not at the same time.
Right. It was
bad moments, not at the same time. Overwhelmed with things.
Yeah. I mean, we went from one of us had a migraine weekend, then the next one of us did. I mean, it truly was. It is something that I think we just can't underestimate the
level of grief.
Yeah, what it does to you physically.
In different ways.
Yes. Yeah.
And overcoming that.
Yeah. And I think, how do we survive that? What do you do?
I sleep a lot, but I don't at the same time. Like, Layla has a birthday. Like, of course, Christmas is the 25th. Layla has a birthday on the 20th. And I have to chunk everything off. I know that I have to have all my Christmas shopping done.
Ahead of that.
And then I have to plan her party. And then I focus on that. And then after the party, then I focus on Christmas. And I just have to chunk it down into little bitty monumental moments almost. And monumental is not the right word, but they're significant moments just in life.
Yeah. Almost separate to-do lists,
Separate to-do lists, because if I look at it as a whole.
It's so overwhelming.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Where, and then, like I said, after Thanksgiving, I start my shopping. Done. Then I start planning Layla's birthday. Done.
Yeah.
And it's because, like you said, many to-do lists, many goals.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that I learned from the Warrior Moms group is, I think so many of the warrior moms are really good at being honest.
Oh,
You know, like, I'm just not okay. I need to sleep. You know, how many texts between the two of us? I'm so sorry. Please stop saying sorry. We are okay.
How about the one? My favorite was, I was like, oh my gosh, I just woke up and it was 11 o'clock. And then you said,
And then I said, we just did
and then
too.
30 minutes, it might not have been 11.
Oh, yeah, I didn't respond.
And then 30
That's right.
minutes later, you were like, well,
We just
this is
rolled
even
out.
funnier because we just woke up, you know? And it was
Yeah, we were supposed to get together, and we both overslept by a long shot.
by a long shot. But we needed it.
Yes.
And it was because it was right when school got out. And, you know, you being the teacher and just, it was exhausting. And so.
And giving each other grace, I think, you know, that is the hardest part, I think, is, you know, being honest with where you are and then asking for that.
And you and I and other people that are in this boat, okay?
Yes.
That are, in the storm. We're all on separate ships.
Right.
All in the same storm. Is we do get it, and we do give that grace.
Yeah.
I think that we're all really good at that. Sometimes with my husband, I feel like he gets aggravated giving so much grace.
Yeah. Yeah, because especially during the holidays, you need so much more of it because there's so many more things that are happening.
Well, yeah, because I know that he walks into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And the dishwasher's clean, but the sink is still full of dirty dishes. And then once those dirty dishes go in the dishwasher, I mean, and I don't do that. I can't.
No. You have to put something
Let me say that.
aside.
I don't want to. I don't care that there's, you know, most of the time on a daily basis, I care about that stuff. During the holidays, I didn't care. And I know he gets frustrated with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, gosh, when we've got these to-do lists and we are actually finishing them, that is something to celebrate. Because we've all talked about those first years and how hard, and we did not even have a to-do list, right?
No.
So the fact that we do find joy, but it is when I said deep in the holidays, it was. Do you remember
your first Christmases and the first holidays or the first birthday? Do you remember those first?
Oh yeah. For me, the first was Halloween was the hardest for some, just because Carter.
That was probably the first biggest quote unquote holiday or occasion.
Well, I guess it was
passing?
Starting school. That was maybe the first big one. And then Halloween, because he always walked Greta around the neighborhood. Oh my heavens. It just knocked me to my absolute core. And then Thanksgiving and Christmas. I mean, we did not do Christmas. I mean, I had a tiny little Christmas tree that Greta put up. Yeah. And, you know, and I had to be honest with her, which was really hard, to say, honey, we will. I promise you, next year will be better. Yeah. But I just can't. I'm going to lie on the couch while you decorate that little tree. We'll put, I'll make hot chocolate. Yes. We're going to, but I just, I'm not okay right now. I'm so sad,
I think that's harder to admit to like Lola and Greta. That's harder for me to say to her than it is Jeff or my mom, or anybody else.
Yes, and I have...
Because I want to do it.
Yes, and it just makes me cry thinking of it, but I have that exact little smile on her face when I had that conversation, She had brim of tears, a smile on her face, like, it's okay, Mom. And she sincerely meant it.
Yes.
But it was also really sad for her. And then she entertained, and Jeremy and I we laid on the couch and she decorated her little tree and... Bless her little heart.
Yeah, you did what you could.
Did what we could. And then...
You were present.
Yeah.
You might not have been...
Yeah. But, then active, it was...
But you were there.
Yes. Yeah. We didn't stay in bed. We did, and I did have hot chocolate and we did have music.
And I think that's what's important to take away from this is you did what you could at the time with what you had.
Yeah. And also pushing yourself a little.
Yes.
Because no,
you wanted to be in the bed in the dark, with no sign of Christmas or light or music
and I think
anywhere.
That is something that's most impressive. I think about the warrior moms is we've talked about this before. It's that living in the right? It's both being devastated and not able to have Christmas and finding a way for others in our life to still show them we love you. We want to have Christmas with you.
And we're obvious.
And find those ways.
We are examples to know that it does get better. Not better. It does get easier.
Yeah.
You are able to put up a full-fledged tree and 4,000 lights on that tree and look at your child's first ornament and put those on the tree. Sometimes
and have it smile with tears,
yes,
but yet it's not
sometimes
as
it's still
painful.
Hard. Yes, you can get through it. You can get off the couch and decorate the tree with them.
Yeah.
And that's just like moving into the new year now. Okay.
Yes.
Here we talked about, we started it out with we're moving into the new year. And I remember that first year moving into the new year, it was 2019 to 2020. And I just remember like not wanting it to go.
Yes.
Because that meant Alec never lived in 2020.
I know. And for us, Greta is turning 16 this year, and that was Carter's last year of life. He turned 17 just 3 days before he died. So his last year was 16. And my husband's having a harder time than I am with that one, but it is significant. And Greta and I were, we were home in South Dakota or at Christmas this year, and my mom had pulled out all these great pictures, and then with intention, I went through all of, old videos and was finding ones of Greta, because we do so much of that when I'm with the family is talk about Carter.
Yes.
And being really intentional about talking about Greta as the little girl, right? Because she gets lost sometimes.
She does get lost.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she does, but
no.
Our other children get lost sometimes in those moments.
Yes. And so we sat on the couch with my niece and my sisters. I mean, we giggled ourselves silly watching little Greta, and so that was really fun.
She probably felt special.
Oh, my heavens. She was just beaming. I mean, absolutely beaming. And so then the next day, my mom pulled out some pictures of Greta when she was little. Of course, Carter's in them too. And we were driving around. So my mom said, well, why don't you run to Walgreens and let's make copies so you can take them home. Yeah. And Greta and I were driving, and she was extra quiet. And I kept saying something. She was quiet. And I said, well, honey, what's going on? And she said, nothing. And then I knew it was the very high register nothing, and I said, weren't those pictures just precious of you and Carter? And she said, shrugged. And she's never had that reaction. Yeah. And I was like, well, what's that? And she's like, and just burst into tears. I don't remember Carter. She's hit this stage in her grief where she can't pull up. Now she's seeing a whole, new batch of photos from when she was young. And, a lot of it when we're young, we don't remember those pictures, because you were 2 and 3.
And you hear the stories from those pictures, and Carter's not here to share in those stories to remind her.
Yeah, remember we did this or this or that, and you can piece it together. And so, she just sobbed about it. And so when I think of this 2024, that's part of kind of a sadness for me is I know we're getting ready to face her grief. Like she hasn't processed it in any way, really. I mean, different ways, but as a
because she doesn't
young woman, she's starting to now. What does this all mean?
Well, Layla's just turned 12, and it's funny because just a few months ago, Layla had that same reaction. She bust down crying one evening, and it wasn't bedtime, so we weren't diverting
right.
bedtime. But she did the same thing.
She did.
She said, "I can't hear Alec's voice anymore. I'm beginning to lose my memories of Alec." And here it's been 4 now. It was a little over 4 years.
Yeah.
4.25 years at that point.
It's just devastating.
It is.
Yeah. And we have all those same feelings, of course, but we're adults and we work really hard to work on our own grief, and we had more time. They had, for both our girls, they had 8 years.
Yeah.
And that's really hard.
That is hard.
Yeah. And so
what are y'all's plans? What are your mama plans?
Yeah. So
for her.
Well, she turned 16 in February. And so that has really been my kind of renewed focus. It was like, okay, Christmas. We had already talked about we were going to have a Sweet 16 birthday party. She's having it with another one of her friends, and we're having it at the house.
Yeah.
And she wanted to have it her birthday weekend, which is also Carter's Memorial Lacrosse event that we have. And so all the family were going to be here, and she thought that sounded so fun, was to have her party while everybody was here. Well, now as more and more family members are saying they're coming, she was like, Mom, I don't know if I want to have my party with everybody.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if she could even verbalize it, but I think she realizes maybe the focus is Carter, and some of that'll get lost, and she doesn't want to say.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's my immediate thought.
Yeah, exactly. And I said, well, you know what? Let's put a different date. And I said, we could just have make your own pizza and have your friends over that weekend when everybody's here. Because she wanted my parents and everybody to see her friends.
Yes.
And, so I said, we could just have a pizza party and you guys can just hang out, but not have it your special 16th birthday. And she was like, oh, that's great. And then on she goes, know.
Well, because I think that me trying to analyze her is she would probably feel guilty taken away from Carter's time.
Mm-hmm.
But also
and doesn't want to.
But I want my time too.
Yeah.
I am important.
And doesn't want to admit that, right? Say it out loud, right?
Yeah, because I don't want to be selfish and, so yeah. I get it.
Yeah. So, so that's really been the focus, and that feels good, and coming up with fun themes and crafts and all the things, like right? Yes. We're party people, party planner people. Yes. Yeah. So that's fun. And for me, I think, and this was I think one of our brainstorming is just me personally for the new year is just get healthy. I have that was one thing in this grief journey I have not worried about is, if I need to eat, if I need to sleep, if I need to not work out, whatever it was, I didn't allow myself to worry about it. And I'm at that point where it's like, things are achy and I need to worry about it. I want to feel better. So that's my personal goal, which feels good. And when I think about 2024 without Carter, he would be cheering me on for that because he was a fitness guy. So, so that feels good.
Hiking that mountain.
Yeah. So that feels good. How about you?
I'm not as New Year's centered as most people are or should be. But I think my biggest thing is that I'm tiptoeing back into work.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not my original profession, but it is something that I enjoy. It's something that allows me to be creative and just no pressure really.
And what is it? What is the job?
But it puts
listeners can hear.
So listeners can hear. I am, Layla does theater and all that kind of stuff, and I'm helping with costumes at her.
It is so fun.
I know it is so fun, but it allows me to be creative, and like I said, it puts me on a schedule. It puts me in the face of people, not a ton of people, but enough people.
And being around kids, there is just something joyful.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, they are exhausting.
I don't know about how it goes that far. But...
The teacher versus the non-teacher.
But it is good that they trust me to help.
Yes.
Alter their.
And I bet Layla loves that you're a part of that.
She loves me being there. She said, I really like you helping out with costumes. And like I said, I do it. And like I said, I'm dependent on.
Yes.
And that's something that's important, I think, right now. Well, because I haven't had a schedule, and if somebody depends on me and makes me want to be somewhere, it makes me shut down.
Yeah. Well, and I remember
can't explain it.
You and I talked about, in that podcast about the physicality of grief and about how you had to step away from you and Jeff's business.
Yes.
Because of the inability to keep track of a schedule, and how awesome that you're back in it. I mean, that's a huge
yes. And
success.
The expectations people had of me.
Yes.
And and to normal people, that sounds like, she's a lazy.
No, it does not. Maybe some people say, but poo on them, right?
Yes, and that's where
they don't know. Thank heavens they don't know.
That was hard for me to accept.
Yes,
and admit that,
and to then step back.
Step back. And it took me a while to be able to say, no, I'm not working right now.
Yeah.
Because
it wasn't successful. It wasn't fruitful.
And it wasn't a choice that I made.
No.
It's almost like it was made for me. And now I'm making the choice and I'm able to
get back in.
Into it. So,
well, and then for the two of us and, our Warrior Moms book, we're in a new place too. And part of that
is so exciting to me. Oh, I started crying when we hit that next step.
I know. So let's tell a little bit about where we are in we haven't even talked about the book, really.
We haven't talked about the book. So, okay. Hello, listeners.
Yes.
We, Warrior Moms, are producing a book. It is actually 12 moms that are telling their stories and how they have overcome their day-to-day grief and activities and just getting back on their feet.
Yes. And how did we do it? Really, we've boiled it down to this is the book that we wish we had when we had lost our child or our children. And we're so proud of it. We get to talk about our kids. We talk about our, the way we lost our child. But really we focus on the dark days and then more importantly, the strategies. What makes a difference? How do we find joy?
Yeah. And I love the fact that all 12 of us we're all different. And all of our children were different ages.
Yes.
They passed away different ways. And they, and I feel
the trauma is all so different.
It's all so different. And I feel like everyone that is, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people are going to be able to connect with one of us in the book.
Absolutely.
And, whether it might be, okay, I lost my child this way, but I grieve this way. And, I just think that there's a lot of different components in there that,
and we really...
that I hope and pray can help.
Me too.
Others, because I wish I had this.
Right. And I love how we decided, to create really the format where there's narrative.
Labor of love.
Yeah, labor of love. Wow. But where there's, I'm looking out and there's a red cardinal, a little God wink. But where we have, we have narrative moments and then we have bullet point list of strategies. So it's really, you can go in and get a little bite-sized piece of, helpful strategy, or you can get lost in somebody else's story for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do think
we're so excited.
I know that I find comfort, and I know you do too, because we've talked about it. I find comfort in knowing there's others like me.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And my feelings are not, and my emotions, and my fact that I had to step away from work because I just couldn't mentally go there.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Oh.
I don't feel crazy. I don't feel lazy. I just feel normal around you people.
I know. Deal's chapter that she has this section where it's a series of questions.
I love that.
And the answer to every single one is, yep, that's normal. Yep, that is also normal. And it's just, gosh, I mean, how affirming to, to be able to share our stories and share how do we survive and thrive. That is, we're so proud of that. We really are. And I think we do need to take a moment to cheers ourselves in 2024, right? That's a big accomplishment.
I would say that I existed. People are like, how are you? I was like, I'm existing, which means I'm just, I'm here physically.
You're coasting somehow.
I'm coasting through somehow. And then surviving is I'm actually doing something. But thriving is taking strides to be better.
Right. And I think when I hear that word thriving, I almost think of, a plant in a pot and we have these new shoots because there's these new things that we're out there doing and experiencing. Rayanne talked about all the new things that she is trying.
Crocheting her scarves. I've been crocheting. I want you to know.
You have?
And I'm still doing it. Still couldn't be considered a scarf or a pot holder. So we're good. But
it's wonderful.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. So I think that we've chatted enough about our
I do
year,
too.
So,
we wish you all some comfort and prayers and, little moments of joy sprinkled amidst the grief.
Yes.
Yes. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes. And we'll talk to you
Talk
next
soon.
time.